I started taking bodybuilding seriously back in 2022 and 2023. Every morning, I used to wake up, drink my caffeine right away, and be at the gym by 9 a.m. And I would train for literally 2 hours straight until I felt my muscles burning and until I felt like I couldn't even train anymore. And after that, I would come home, meal prep, cook my meals, and meal prep for the whole day, or sometimes for the whole week. And I would eat clean shit, like zero sugar, no drugs, no alcohol, no processed foods. Straight up, just organic foods like steak, chicken, rice, beans, avocados, all the basic shit that you need to eat for basic muscle growth. And at the end of the day, I would end off my day with a big ass protein smoothie. And I drank it while I was watching fitness content on YouTube from like Jeff Nippard and Z-Bum and Sam Sulek. And then I would head to sleep and sleep for 8 to 9 hours straight. And this wasn't some special period or some special day. This was just my daily routine for literally 3 years straight. This level of consistency and discipline managed me to get so much muscle all within a couple years. I literally went from being a skinny fat, weighing around 150 pounds, to having a little bit more muscle and weighing around 180 pounds. I'm not gonna say I have the best physique, like I look like David Lade or fucking Alice Eubank. I won't say that, but I will say this. I'm extremely proud of the work I put in. And I'm extremely proud of the progress I've made and the momentum I was building. And I carried this momentum for a very long time. Things were going great. I had a beautiful girlfriend by my side, but then I got complacent. Oh, you don't need to go to work out. You have a girlfriend. You already done the whole hardest parts of attracting the girl. You don't need to work on your body anymore. Eat your McDonald's, your KFC, and just be a retard. I got complacent and I lost so much discipline. And because of that, I lost so much muscle and so much progress in myself. But luckily enough, something great happened to me. She broke up with me. And I say this breakup was something great that happened to me because I didn't take it the whole way that most people take it. Like, you know, they spend hours of their days just depressed in their beds, watching porn, TikTok, scrolling. No, that wasn't me. You know that dark energy, that fuck you energy when you have it after a breakup or after a betrayal of a friend? That's what I had. So instead of being vengeful or going to say things to my ex-girlfriend, I transformed that into my bodybuilding journey and motivated me to get back into the gym and level up the things I used to lack with. And every day I was going to the gym, I was boxing, I was running, I was doing cardio, I was cooking new foods and trying new recipes on how to increase my testosterone and my overall health and my muscle growth. And at the end of the day, at night, I would work on a business, on dropshipping on YouTube. And then I would do research on how to gain muscle, how to become successful. And that continued for 6-7 months. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did struggle sometimes, I did fall out, but all that mattered is that I stayed consistent. And the best part of this is I gained the most muscle that I've ever gained. And I also leveled up so many things in my life and my knowledge of bodybuilding. And in this video, I'm gonna teach you and show you how to actually gain muscle for real. All right, the first thing that you need to actually build muscle and grow muscle for real, and this is very important, so please listen to me, is that you need to change your mindset. Try to think about any limited beliefs you have right now. Any ideas, any thoughts, beliefs that randomly pop up in your brain and make you think about excuses and not being consistent at the gym or not working as hard enough as you're supposed to work when it comes to bodybuilding or in your diet. So I'll give you my example. When I was 13 years old, I used to weigh about 250 pounds and I was lazy, fat, and ugly. But I had the idea to go to the gym. I had that energy inside of me that I wanted to go to the gym and try something new. But I also had limited beliefs. You know, you're too fat, you shouldn't go to the gym. Even if you try to work out, nothing's gonna work out. Oh, this is how I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be lazy, fat for the rest of my life. I should just love the way who I am. I'll just not go today and just try it next week. And guess what? I didn't even go to the gym for a very long time. I failed before I even started. But it wasn't until I actually forced myself to believe in myself that I can lose weight. And guess what? I did that. I lost over 100 pounds in a span of 4-5 months. So to think back on a belief, any beliefs that you might have. It might be a belief of fear, shame, guilt, regret, or a cemented belief that constantly reminds you of things that you had since childhood. Think about any beliefs that pop up in your head and make you say things like, oh, I don't need to go to the gym. I'm fine like this. I don't need to work as hard enough because there's also fat people over there. So try to acknowledge it and identify that thought. And so what you need to do to change this mindset is to wage war against it. And more likely than not, it's probably a belief of fear. Oh, I don't need to go to the gym. I'm too scared because people are gonna make fun of me. Whatever. It's probably a weak thought that makes you make excuses and lie to yourself, and you ultimately end up believing that lie for the rest of your life. You need to acknowledge it and get pissed at it and wage a fucking civil war against it. Like, tell it to go fuck itself. And whenever that thought pops up in your brain again, wage war and wage civil war against it again. Believe the opposite and force yourself to believe the opposite, because that's the only weapon for you to fight against your inner demons, your inner thoughts that just don't benefit you. So in very simple terms, just find the first thought that pops up in your brain when you're contemplating on quitting the gym, or contemplating on not training as hard enough as you're supposed to train, or that thought that makes you believe into this black pill idea that your genetics are completely shit, that you can't gain muscle. Don't believe that. Instead, get obsessed with it. Get obsessed with fighting against it. Legit, write on a piece of paper. Write those thoughts on a piece of paper, or on a journal, on your phone, on your notes pad, on your notes in your phone. Write it down, or set alarms that constantly remind you that you're not those thoughts, that you're supposed to be at war against those thoughts. Because if you don't find a way to safeguard against these thoughts, then you're gonna fall back into those thoughts that don't even benefit you at all. And a great way to reinforce this mindset is to transform dark energy. You know that energy you get from your girl cheating on you, or some friend just betraying you, then you're depressed and all this shit, you're revengeful, you just want to fucking punch them or some shit? That's the dark energy. And what you do with that dark energy is you transform that dark energy into something good, purposeful, and fulfilling. Like, especially in the gym, transform that dark energy you have against your ex-girlfriend that cheated on you, that fuck you energy, and put it into the gym. Put it into pushing it into failure. Legit, tell yourself when you're hitting a set, more pain, more pain, more pain. Kill me. I want to feel this pain in my legs. And only then, when you change your mindset to this, to pushing yourself to your failure, to extreme intensity, only then, that's when you actually will grow muscle. You're not gonna get anywhere if you just constantly believe that you can't gain that physique that you see on YouTube or on TikTok. No, you're not gonna do that. So instead, believe in yourself. Believe you will succeed, then you will succeed. Now, the next step is to eat more calories. But I don't mean eating more calories like the Trent Twins and Sam Sulek, they tell you to eat cereals or Krispy Kreme donuts and all this junk food. No. I don't mean eating more calories in that way. I mean eating more calories by clean bulking or being in a caloric surplus. For me, ever since I started my first clean bulk, which is this one I'm on right now, I gained the most muscle that I've ever gained. In my past, I've done about 2 to 3 bulks, but those were not clean bulks. They were fucking disgustingly a bunch of junk food. I was just constantly eating junk food that just made me gain so much fat. And on my skin, I just gained so much acne because I was eating so much processed shit. So instead of eating pizzas and cereals and donuts like the Trent Twins and Sam Sulek tell you to eat, don't eat that. Eat foods like steak, chicken, rice, beans, potatoes. All those foods that are high in calories but also high in macronutrients like protein, carbs, etc. You want to prioritize muscle growth, not high calories that lack protein that you need for your muscles to repair and go through protein synthesis. And a great way to know how much of this food, these clean foods that you need to eat, is by finding your caloric maintenance. And you find your caloric maintenance by multiplying your own body weight. Let's say you weigh around 160 pounds. You multiply that by 16. So 160 by 16. And I believe you might get a number around 2,500. That right there, that big number, that total number, is your caloric maintenance. That's the amount of calories that you need to maintain your body, what it's at right now. So if you're skinny, you only need 2,500 calories to maintain your skinniness. But what you need to do to bulk up is to add around 2 to 500 more calories. So instead of eating 2,500 calories, you're gonna eat between 2,700 or 3,000 calories. You're in a caloric surplus. If you're one of those people that struggle to eat, that struggle to gain any muscle or any body mass, a great tip for you is to consume liquid calories. And liquid calories are anything in liquid form that are high in calories, like protein shakes and all that. So literally make yourself a protein smoothie. Like legit, grab a cup, grab your protein, double scoop that shit and put it into your milk and put some peanut butter and some fruits and anything that's high in protein and high in calories. And consume that once or twice a day. But even if you're doing this, nothing's gonna work if you don't get good quality sleep. And I bet that's what you're missing right now. You're probably missing a good quality sleep. And this, getting good quality sleep, is the most essential part of bodybuilding. But no one's taking account of it. No one really cares. And that's because how our world is shaped today. We're too addicted to dopamine inducing things like porn, TikTok, YouTube. We're just constantly chasing one fleeting source of dopamine to another, which leads us to spending more time chasing dopamine during our time where we're supposed to rest and go to sleep. You probably know of a person that just constantly is on his phone until like 3 a.m. just watching Netflix or playing video games. He's probably fucking jerking off of playing video games. You probably know a person of that, or you're probably even that person. Our sleep time is sacred, valuable time that we need to prioritize, and you probably are not prioritizing it. More likely than not, I bet right now you're tired, you're sleep deprived. And I also bet that when you wake up in the morning, you don't get morning wood. You don't get your little pee-pee going up. Your dick doesn't work in the morning. And that's because you're not getting good sleep. You're fucking up with your testosterone production, which when we sleep, that's also valuable time for our testosterone production. Your dick doesn't work, man. You're basically a flaccid penis that just walks around all sleep deprived. Okay, I ain't gonna be honest to you. I was that flaccid penis. For a very long time, before I started my bodybuilding journey when I was in high school, I was a complete flaccid penis. I would say literally for about 16 hours a day just playing video games. I used to play this one game called Ark Survival Evolved, and I was completely addicted to it to the point, this is gonna sound fucking weird, I will legit hold my shit so I could just sit down and play the game for even more hours. When instead, I should go and take a shit, then go to sleep and allow my body to rest and my muscles to grow. So, how do you change this and improve your health and your muscle growth? And you do that by getting good, actual, good quality sleep. You might have heard about the basic data that most scientists, most doctors tell you that you need around 6 to 8 hours to sleep. But that's only sleep time. That doesn't take into account about the bedtime, the time you spend in your bed. And you actually need around 10 hours of bedtime, meaning before you go to sleep, you need to be in bed 10 hours before. So if you go to bed around 9 p.m., you need to be in bed 2 hours before. So around 7 p.m. And that is because you need to allow your own body to relax and just unwind for a little while before you actually fall asleep. So be in bed 2 hours before your sleep time. But don't be like most people and most retards that just spend that time just watching porn, TikTok, or scrolling on Instagram and doing this hyper-stimulated shit like playing video games that just make your mind and your body work. Don't do that. Instead, read a book. What I do, I have this thing, this one book right beside my bed. It's the Holy Bible. I read it and I read it until I fall asleep. And that's the best way you can do to unwind and allow your brain to work a little bit, but also fall asleep. Don't be a complete degen and just play games and shit. Do something productive while you're trying to unwind. And another great tip to get good quality sleep is to not consume caffeine 10 hours before you go to sleep. That is because caffeine has a half-life of 5 hours. So after 5 hours that you consume caffeine, half of that caffeine dosage is going to still be in your body. So when it comes after 10 hours that you consume it, that's where it's completely gone. So don't consume caffeine around 12 p.m. if your bedtime is around 10 o'clock. So for me, I consume my caffeine an hour after I wake up. So I consume my caffeine around 7 to 8 a.m. and I go to sleep around 9 p.m. So I have more than 10 hours before the caffeine is completely out of my system. So you do the same. Consume your caffeine 10 hours before you sleep. And I guarantee you, ever since I started doing this, I had the fucking best sleep of my life. And if you still can't sleep, a good tip I have for you is to pull an all-nighter. I mean, legit. Don't go to sleep the next time you're supposed to go to sleep. Legit, tough it out. Don't go to sleep and wait until the next day. Until the next time, let's say you want to go to sleep around 7 p.m. Wait until that time comes again. Don't go to sleep. And once you pull that all-nighter, I guarantee you, once it comes to that 7 p.m. mark, the next day, you're gonna be sleepy and you're gonna want to sleep. And once you do that, the next day, allow your own body to wake itself up. Don't have anyone or any person or any alarm wake you. Allow yourself, your own body, to wake itself naturally. And the next day, do it again. Go to sleep at 7 p.m. If you don't feel sleepy, pull the all-nighter again. We're trying to get into the cycle and the rhythm of falling to sleep of 7 p.m. Having our bodies accustomed to it and adjust to it. So keep pulling all-nighters until you actually fall asleep around 7 p.m. So please take this seriously, because this is the most important tip for muscle growth. Because if you have proper sleep and proper rest, that means that your muscles are going to grow more. They're going to have more time to repair and create protein synthesis. And you're also going to have so much more energy at the gym. When you get a good full night rest of sleep, you're going to be able to push yourself more at the gym. You're going to be able to push until failure. I guarantee you that. If you made it this far, I congratulate you. You've done something fantastic. You've watched an inspiring, educational, and meaningful video. You stick there to the end to learn about the whole basics on how to grow muscle. When you could have been on TikTok, just brain brown in your brain and just watching short form content. No, you're here watching long form content, which is something that most people don't do. You just watched a video that is meaningful for your life and meaningful for your dopamine. So congrats, and I thank you for being here. It really warms my heart that you're here, that you made it so far into this video. And I'm trying so hard to make these videos, try to go out in the world, learn new things, and teach it here in this channel. So thank you, it really warms my heart. And thank you for watching, and be sexy. I'll see you in the next one.